29.
28.
27.
26. 25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13.
12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0. They call me Cuba Pete. I'm the king of a rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Yeah.
Sorry. I said hello, everyone. So I know we didn't plan on doing this, but I'm overly caffeinated. And I decided this is what we're going to do. And this is a well, I didn't set it up that way. It was supposed to be subscribers only. I should take that off. I didn't set it up so that it's subscribers only. So I guess everyone has access to it. So everyone here, let's see. I actually want to talk about Kamikoto. My dad bought their knives. I warned him not to. He liked the look of them and the deal was pretty good, too good to pass up. That's part of the problem with their stuff. So we're going to look at some things. I have spent the last 3 hours. I got bored. I did a bunch of stuff here around the house. I filmed and edited, and then I got bored. And I said, you know what? I've seen so many people do these Kamikoto ads here on YouTube, and even channels that I really like. I saw somebody said something about the quartering. Jeremy at the quartering. I really like his channel. I respect him. He's a pretty good guy. But I do know that a lot of YouTubers take memberships that are outside, or not memberships, sponsors that are outside of their realm of knowledge. There's a lot of people that do, and then they get roped into stuff. Now, we all know that these are garbage knives, as most of us as knife people that know a lot about knives in the knife hobby, the knife community. But the reason I'm doing this is there are people that are new to the hobby, people that have come to the channel, and people that are coming to the hobby that may not know what to look for in the way of a knife scam. So let me prioritize the internet on this. So I went and I went through a bunch of stuff on their website, and I went through some other videos that other people have been doing, because I never really paid attention to it. I kind of knew that they were going to be garbage knives to begin with. And I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do a deep dive. So let me tell you that these are actual Japanese kitchen knives. And no, I'm not sitting in a room full of Japanese kitchen knives. This is a green screen background, but I thought this would be appropriate. How does a tech channel have a knife ad? That's what I'm saying. So those ads, that company was, let me get my bell. I forgot my bell. I got to get my bell. Thank you very much, Aiden, for the 2 bones. A tech company gets it because they have a lot of followers, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for viewership and things like that. And so you wind up with channels that typically have nothing to do with cooking and cutlery and kitchen knives and things like that, that wind up doing stuff with these companies. And so we're going to look at some of the stuff. So there's 30 people here. I would like to say, before we get into it, I have the Kamikoto webpage kicked up. Thank you very much, Chef Rocky. The wife and kid are actually in Japan right now. My wife and daughter are shopping at the, it's either Yumitown or Gude. It's Gooday. And I was like, is it good A or is it Goo Day? And she's like, stop. Like every time we go to visit her parents, I ask the same question. I think they went to Yumitown, which is Youme. As in, I was like, why didn't you just call it Us Town? And she's like, would you stop picking on the names of stores? So thank you very much, Chef Rocky. Robert, Didn't get yours either. Geez, that clapper's loose in there. And a freebie. You get one freebie per live show. There's the freebie. So Kamikoto Knives has got these ads that they get run, and people do ad reads on channels like the quartering, which you guys know I love the quartering. As a matter of fact, he shouted me out on Instagram, or I'm not on Instagram, on Twitter today. We have a ton of subscribers now. We are at 9,900. Yesterday we're at 9876, I believe. We're at 9903. So big shout out to him for that. Can I get a freebie when I tell a joke later in the stream? Possibly, if you tell a good joke. So you may want to sit back because this is going to be a lot of me talking. So Kamikoto Knives is a company that claims to be Japanese style, Japanese steel knives. Now, they make a lot of claims. We're going to look at a lot of them. I have the page pulled up. We're going to go down the line of things. But I also took a bunch of notes. I reached out to a couple of YouTubers who were kind enough to respond quickly via email to the research that they did. And so, my sister's here. Okay, my sister gets a pass. So just be cautious. She will cut your ears off with her tongue. She will give you a tongue lashing and really fucking I've got this one already set, Cole. It's gonna be this is one. I'm overly caffeinated and I really got this one. So we'll get it. We'll get it set up. Don't move fast, man. There's a ton of knives behind you. I wish I had all these knives here. So Kamikoto is a company that claims to make Japanese steel knives and things like that. Actually, I talked with Cole this morning for a while. He's he went to sleep. He fell asleep and missed the thing. He woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. So Kamikoto is a company that makes knives, and they have a lot of claims to their stuff. It's not just that they claim that they're making Japanese steel knives, because that's a very vague term, because the fact of the matter is it doesn't matter where steel is made. Steel is steel. As long as the composition is correct to whatever the rating and things is. I hate you right now. You guys know how I feel about feet. They're disgusting. So Kamikoto makes all these claims about how their knives are made and all this 19-step process and things like that. So that's one of the initial things that you should look out for on these scams, is the fact that they are making these outrageous claims as to the facts that they're nuts. Holy shit, Tri-State. You didn't have to do that, brother. I'm cool with it. Like I said, I was pissed last night. I should give you more bell. I don't have my microphone hooked up. This was kind of impromptu. I'll give you extra bell. So make out these outlandish claims. So I did a little bit of research. What we're going to do is we're going to pull up their page. I've brought it up. Here is their actual page about Kamikoto. Now, the fact is I have to go, so I can't see. I'll drop in back and forth. But these are the things that I found. This is their About Them page. And so it's Masters of Tradition, the world at a standstill. Steelmaking has been at the heart of the Japanese mills for 800 years. They talk about the Mokumegane, which is a way of making the pattern steels that you see in things. Niigata is a prefecture that goes back and has a very strong history in steelmaking. They actually do. However, most of Japan also has their own areas where they made steel and things. That most prominently Seki City, Japan, which is where Spyderco is made. Several other companies, Cold Steel had some knives made in Seki City. Who else? SOG had knives made. Their higher end stuff was made in Seki City, Japan. So there are some factual things about this that are written here. I'm trying to hide that. So what you see on all these ads is a very cookie cutter, cut and paste a cookie cutter cut and paste type of ad. If you go and you watch all of the people that are promoting these, it's the same basic script every time, and that should make you suspect. Like you guys know that for a fact. You guys absolutely know I talk about it all the time. I have Dull Strong knives that send me knives. I use them, I sharpen them, I talk about them, but they're not making these crazy claims. Dull Strong knives are not a super high end brand. They are good. They have some really good knives. For the average home chef, they're going to be great. A custom knife, always going to be better. There are much more expensive, much better brands. But for the average person around a house, these knives are going to work just fine. So, like, they don't pay me to do ads. I run an affiliate link. I talk about them in videos and they send me things to try out. And I have tried them and I find them to be a quality product. I've never brought anything to you guys as an affiliate that I haven't tested and I haven't used. The Husk and Colina are another scam brand. Thank you very much. Thank you for the 2 bones. Only facts. I studied Japanese for years. Kamikoto actually translates to white man with Asian tattoos. I actually lived in Japan for 13 years, and I'm gonna say it probably does not. The Dull Strong knives are good. They are not like super high quality brands, things like that. Uh, they they have really good knives, and the nice thing about the Dull Strong stuff, not that I'm trying to run a Dull Strong ad. Dull Strong has knives in varying quality levels, varying materials, varying steels, and things like that that you can pick up, and they're not expensive, and they are made in China. So they don't even try to hide that. They're absolutely upfront. Dull Strong knives are made in China. So there we go. There's the Dull Strong piece out. And like I said, they have sent me a lot of really nice, very, very good knives that my wife has claimed. Some of them were supposed to be, some of them I wanted to do as giveaways, and my wife has told me that they're hers. So she said, no, your subscribers can't have them. Husk and Kalina should be on the chopping block. I already did the Husk knife, and Pete did enough about it. So uh, I also give them away. Yeah, they send me a lot of stuff. I have a couple that are probably coming that will be giveaways. I have one that was going to be a giveaway and already got claimed. So let's go ahead and go back to the Kamikoto page. Let me pull it back up. So, like I said, I have to view it on our tab. The metal industry in Nagata Prefecture dates back to the Edo period. We already talked about that. So they say we set up to develop single bevel Japanese knives that we were proud of to get used to, proud to use and gift to our friends. For us, knives are a matter of heritage. Here's the thing. Each blade plays a tribute to centuries-old craft knife making. Kamikoto is headquartered in Japan. Sources its steel from Ibara Prefecture, Japan. Here's the thing: it doesn't matter where you get your steel from, unless you are specifically looking for the Japanese type, the Japanese type of steel that they used in swords. It doesn't matter where it came from, and that steel. The reason that they folded Japanese swords so much was because it was an inferior type of steel. It had a lot of impurities. The more you fold it, the more impurities come to the surface, the more you distribute the carbon. Modern steels are way better at this point than the Damascus steels and folded steels that you're going to see in a lot of the older periods. Like modern metallurgy just is better. Is it more attractive? No, but it is better. So they talk about this. Where are knives made? Fully versed in the blade. Here you go. Fully versed in traditional blade making practices, Kamikoto blades are handmade from Japanese Ibaraki steel. Sorry, I haven't gotten a chance to speak Japanese in a long time. By a selected group of experienced craftsmen in Yangjiang, China, which there are a ton of knives made in Yangjiang, China. There really are. So just because a knife is made in China, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that like they're talking about this as if they're Japanese knives, and they're not. Um, Kamikoto Ganjo series knives are handmade in Niigata, Japan, where blacksmiths can be traced back before the Edo period. This is true. They also say they have 3 types of steel that they use. We'll get into that in a minute. We're just going to read all through this down to where we talk about the 19-step process. Well, to here anyway. So they talk about their steel here, and then you look here, it's SUS 420J steel. Now, if you guys know, I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss any super chats or anything. SUS 420J. So SUS 420J is a steel that is used as jacket steel for laminated blades. So it's a very, very poor quality steel. Just so you know, knife makers won't even make liners on liner locks or hardware out of 420J. They typically, at the minimum, use 3CR, which is still a very, very bad steel. So you're looking at a steel that is extremely, extremely poor quality. Let me see here. Hide that. So they talk about their steel here, and it's 420J, and it's at 53 plus or minus 2. They come with a highly corrosion-resistant blade with an extremely sharp edge. We recommend these steel knives to customers who do not mind tending to sharpening of their blades with a whetstone from time to time. Then they talk about Damascus, where they're talking about their 67-layer AUS 10 steel at 58. And then they talk about their Ganjo series steel, which is an AUS 10 or 420J. No, I'm sorry. They talk about their SLD steel knives are more likely to chip or rust over time than the other two. So they compensate this with a significant harder HRC of 62 plus or minus 2. So now we've gotten through into all this stuff. Yeah, but it's used on the jacket. It's not the cutting edge, Aiden. Let's see here. Trying to get back up here. Yeah, it's and the folding the steel was necessary. It was a necessity back then to compensate for the inferior product. Now it's just aesthetic. Exactly. So, and it was because the Japanese made their tamahogany steel from black iron or sand. That's where they got it from. The black sand. Like if you ever been to a beach that has a lot of the black sand, there's I forget there's 2 different kinds. There's one that's magnetic and one that's not. But at any rate, it's a black ore and it's sand and it's got a lot of iron in it. And so they harvest that sand and then they melt it down through a process in a great big clay forge. And it takes hours and hours and they come up with the bloom of steel. But it was a very poor steel and had a ton of impurities in it. Folding that steel allowed you to bring the impurities to the surface, and as you would then hammer the slag off of it, those impurities would be worked out, and then you had a much cleaner finished steel. So everything they've said so far is kind of not off base, with the exception of the type of steel they're using. But now we get into some of the things that they've said. Now we've talked about like they're headquartered in Japan and they're made in China. Now this is the stuff that you're not going to see. They are owned by a company called Galton Voice, which also owns, if you guys have seen a lot of the, I got to get myself ready for this. It's fine Corinthian leather. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you chiming in with adding into the stupidity of the group. I appreciate it. So we're gonna pop this back out for a second. Thanks for hopping in, sis. You haven't been on one for a while. So Galton Voice is a direct to consumer brand. And one of their other very successful marketing campaigns that they have been running is established titles, which now everybody knows. Now, I never thought that the established titles thing was anything more than a gag. It's a lot like when you buy a bottle of I can't remember which scotch it is that you buy a bottle of scotch and it comes with a it comes with a thing where you can basically you purchase through that. You have a piece of property in the peat marshes of the Isles of Scotland where the Scotch is made. Well, I'm not calling you guys stupid. I'm saying the group stupid. We're all stupid. Come on, I want you to think about it. It's fucking 8:20 at night on a Saturday, and we're sitting here. The reason I'm doing this, the reason I'm doing this is because the wife and kid are gone, and I really have been missing them. And this is a lot better than just sitting at the house lonely. So I figured we'd do this. At any rate, Galton Voice is Galton Voice is a company that's a direct marketing company that's based in Hong Kong. So, see, there you go. Seems logical's got it. Galton Voice is the same company that owns Established Titles, which obviously is a scam. I always thought it was just I didn't think of it as a scam. I thought it as a gag gift, where they sell you like, oh, you own a piece of property here, and now you can call yourself a lord or a lady. But the fact is, if you look into the laws of Scotland, you can't sell property like that, and you absolutely cannot. You have no right to do that. But the flip side of that is anyone can already change their name and title to lord or lady by legally adding it to their name. It's not. They're not lying. You absolutely can do that. Aiden, sorry, I didn't see it. I don't know what cheat code. I don't know what cheat code you're talking about. So that's the kind of company you're dealing with. So like I said, we talked about the 420J, but they mentioned Japan. If you read that whole thing that we looked at, they mentioned Japan 21 times, but only once mentioned that their knives are made in Yangjiang, China. Kind of deceptive. They're marketing on the fact that people are going to see Japanese steel and think that they're getting a Japanese knife. These are Japanese knives. They're really not that hard to get. You can order these I think they're Debos or Debkas. I can't remember what the smaller ones are. All the way up to, you can get these online, and they're great knives. So they're selling these to people, hoping that people are going to think they're getting these, and they can sell this. So, their headquarters. Now I found this out. Their headquarters. It was Chicken Lips. My dad used to call me Chicken Lips. Their headquarters was listed until 2020. Deba. There you go. Thank you. I couldn't remember. Deba is a smaller single-sided chisel ground kitchen knife, Japanese kitchen knife. So until listed in 2020, the address they had listed was a hotel. It was a hotel room. That's the address they had listed. It was in Tokyo, but it was a hotel room in Tokyo. Now they actually have a headquarters that's listed as an actual office space in an office building. But it's kind of funny that from 2017, I believe, to 2020, their headquarters was a hotel room, right? Kind of suspect. Nuts for Knives, go ahead. You take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Guys, I would really appreciate if you drop a like. The more likes you drop, the more people get to start seeing this video. So when you go and you look at their website, they talk about their Ganjo series knives, which are their Japanese knives, right? That's the one that they're talking about where that's the only one of all their knives, that series. There's only 2 of them that are made in Japan. And there's only one of them on their website. It's supposed to be a list of a series of knives. There's only one knife. And it's the Japanese Santoku style with the flat side, like a Japanese vegetable knife, a Japanese flat chef's knife with the ridges and stuff on it. But that knife became part of their lineup in 2019 and has been sold out, listed as sold out since 2019. So technically, yes, they do have a Japanese knife that's made in a high quality steel on their website. Unfortunately, it's been sold out. It's about as easy to get as the Mars knife. Cheers, guys. Happy Saturday, by the way. Got ourselves a little Coors Banquet beer in a stubby bottle. But that's the only one that's on their website. They're neither. They're a Hong Kong based company called Galton Voice. And so it's a rabbit hole. So there's some things that you really got to look at. Like the big one is their reviews. And we'll go back to their page and we'll look at their knives in a minute. We're going to go through this and look at it. They are, let's see, what did I have written down here? Yeah, those are always sold out. Tokyo was where they're a hotel room in Tokyo. They actually, the Japanese made knife is not on their main page. Like you have to search it separate. You're not going to find it anywhere. Their reviews. That's another one. Their reviews. I looked at a lot of the reviews. They have a very, very high rating. And it's consistently stayed the same. I used the Wayback Machine and I looked, and it's basically their ratings have stayed the same for a very long time. And the ratings are suspect. Like when you have like everything's going to have some low ratings. Everything's going to have some reviews that aren't great. But their reviews consistently stay 4.5 or 4.9. I can't remember what it was. And it stays that way. And it doesn't change. That's one of the things you should look for. Like there's always these big scammers. Like if you watch Crazy Ken, the Crazy Ken, the computer clan, he talks about all these things you look for. Countdown timers, high review ratings that constantly stay the same, but like you'll see different names, but the reviews are always written the same. So there's James Brand has a great rating on their site. Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm going to call. So when you look at all these things, I can't say that like they're buying reviews, but one of the big ones was I watched a video earlier, and he said the guy had said on his review, he did a review, and then like 2 months later, he edited his review at the bottom. He added a secondary thing on. He goes, "Where's my $50? It's been 2 months. Where's my $50 for the review?" And I'm like, not proof positive that they're paying for reviews, but it's pretty close. What's the absolute best kitchen knife you can get off the store shelves? It depends. You're horrible. And no, I don't sell feet pics. You don't want to see my feet anyway. Don't get why anyone buy Kamikoto when you can get a decent. I don't have my reading glasses, guys. It's difficult. Tojiro or Ikkyo, etc. for $60, but non-knife people fall for the shady marking. They do. And what it is it looks cool because we're going to look at it here in a minute. So that's some of the things you want to look for. And that's why I say I'm not going to absolutely say, but I'm going to say they're a scam. They're absolutely a scam. For budget, I will tell you, like, I'm not joking. I think right now some of the better budget knives, I'm not going to say the best, are some of the Dahlstrom stuff. I have 4 of their knives here in 4 varying price points and materials, and all of them have been done really, really well. The Japanese one that they sent me is incredible. But yeah, it just depends on what you're looking for in a knife, and different people have different wants. But I will tell you, you can get an absolute honest to God handmade Japanese knife. But that's where we got to get into now. So we're going to go back to the Kamikoto site because there's something glaringly wrong with a lot of what I see here. And one of the big ones that I can tell you I pointed out is coming up here. So we're going to bring this back up. And I'll actually make it full. I'll make it bigger. And I'll hide that comment. Because we're going to read as you read here, this is where you get into it. Like all this drop forge, this and that, da 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 da. But here's the one, like every one of the reviews, every one of the people I've seen that are talking about this on YouTube, the sponsored videos, reads this word for word. Each Kamikoto knife goes through a rigorous 17-step process that takes several years from start to finish to complete. Right there, right there, several years to complete. No, I have been to a place where they make these knives. I've seen smiths make these knives. These knives, which are better than what they're talking about and would be the equivalent type of knife, literally they make several of them a day, if not 20 or 30 of them a day. It does not take several years to go through this process, unless you're talking about digging the steel out of the wall or out of the hill and then doing the forging it and all that stuff, which is what they talk about. But there is no way that they go through all of this. There's no way. It just doesn't happen. It does not take several years to make knives. The Japanese knife smith that my father-in-law tried to get me an apprenticeship with because his son died and now he doesn't have an apprentice. When he said that he was looking for an apprentice and no one rogered up, my father-in-law said, "Hey, my son-in-law is an American, but he's made knives. He would love to learn." And I would have learned the forging process. Even that guy, hand folding the steel, making his own steel, all that stuff, it still is only a 5-year wait to get a knife from him. It doesn't take years to make these garbage production knives. So they are absolutely spending, as somebody said, Cutlery Corner Network knives, especially if Jod is on. Jod, I love Jod. We might watch some Cutlery Corner Network here a little bit later, since we're talking about garbage knives. What was this? Oh, here we go. Sid one, 100% scam. We had a 13 to 15 page document on all Kamikoto's shady practices and false claims, the other shady companies they are connected to, and that was a year ago. Yeah, like I said, established titles has been in the forefront. And then I found out that this is the same company. They own several direct consumer brands. And like I said, they spend all their money on marketing and then deliver. They can still make money. And this is where we're going to go. Let me make this big again. Now I have to go in and look at it. So yeah, they go through this rigorous start to finish. Expert bladesmiths forge and shape raw steel into hardy blades, polishing and sharpening them to an excruciatingly fine edge. I doubt it. Each blade is individually inspected before it leaves our workshop, ensuring each single Kamikoto knife stays true to the legacy crafting. And then, but everybody's like, oh, they come in this beautiful ashwood box. Spirit of service. Our goal is to offer. Now, this goes back to where they talk about their. This goes back to them talking about their goes back to me talking about a warranty. Now, just because you have a warranty is not something you should take in lieu of quality. If I sell you something for $30, it's worth $5 and you break it. And I said, well, I'll send you another one. I'm still making $10. I'm still making $20. You know what I'm saying? Like if I've got $30 tied up into it and I sell it to you for 100, I'll send you a freebie. And that's the only one you get. And I'm still making money. If I've got a $5 item and I sell it for $50, I could give you 2 free ones and then cut you off and still make money. So there's a lot of things there. And then somebody said it too: never trust a company that their stuff is always 60% off. The My Pillow has been running a thing for years where it is like a lot of money off. VPNs have a tendency to do this around the holidays. They'll drop like Atlas VPN, which is one of my affiliates. I use it. It's pretty good. But around the holidays, they offer 85% off. And I'm like, well, every 2 years, just wait till the holidays and renew your thing on their 85% off. It's like $44. So What was this? Seems logical. There's sets a little overpriced. Who are we talking about here? Heckle's. Yeah, Heckle's Heckle stuff is expensive. The Dahlstrong knives I have, a couple of them. One of them is in 8 CR15 MOV. XCR, I'm sorry, X50. I don't remember what it is. It's the same steel that Heckles and McCoy use. Heckles and McCoy. Is that what it is? Henkel's, the Henkel's knives. It's the same one same steel they use. I like it. It seems to hold up pretty well. And it's not stupid expensive. So let's go ahead and we're going to look at the last of this. Their legacy of expertise, they talk about now. Here we get into, we're going to get up here and we're going to go to the home. And we're going to look at some of the stuff they've got. So these knives are always on sale. $341 for this set of knives, right? 7-inch, 8.5-inch, 5, whatever. They talk about all this, and then they have all these reviews from all these people. And I don't know who any of these people are. But they have all this, the lifetime guarantee, Japanese Ibaraki steel, single edge base. And here it is, the Ashwood box and things like that. This is the one right here. Look at this. You guys see that? $210 for that stuff. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. Sorry. Heckle and Zwilling, that's what I was saying. $210 for that sharpening stone. That's a fucking $10 sharp pebble. And then, like I said, that was me. That was my fault. I did that. Sorry. I was trying to do something and I hit the wrong button. So so like I said, we'll go back a page. Let me make sure you guys can see this. So you go to the top here and you're looking at $341 for 3 knives that are done in, what did we say it was? The 420J. Horrible, horrible steel. But then the thing is here in the specs, they don't mention the steel. They don't mention it at all. That's a definite red flag. Like if they don't mention what steel it's made out of, like you should absolutely assume. You should absolutely assume. Yeah, he should have. If they're not mentioning what the steel is, you should absolutely assume that it's just garbage because someone's going to absolutely call you out on it. So let's get back at guys. There are 55 people here. I don't know how many likes there are, but that's $341, right? That's $341. And this is on sale. This set right here, $551. $533. $928. This is just ridiculous. $620. And they're absolutely showing that price, thinking you're getting a discount. But it's always like this. They are always on sale. Constantly. They are never any price but the sale price. And even at that price, you should get a reach around because they're fucking you in the ass. That's just all there is to it. I feel like people who buy these also have a Carving King board. My sister sent me something earlier today. It was a Carving King board. She's like, this is the knife adjacent thing that irritates me the most. And it's a cutting board that's been shown on like, it's been shown on on like USA Today and the Today Show and Good Morning America and stuff like that. I don't think it's technically fraud. I don't think it is either, but I definitely think that they are fucking people in the ass with a broken beer bottle. No, they're being very vague, and they have done shady things. Like I said, at one point, they're Mr. Emo Taco. I like that. I like that. Emo Taco. Cool. There are definite disingenuous bullshit things that they've done. Oh, there you go. Disingenuous for the suckers out there. There you go. So they have said things that are very, very deceptive. Their headquarters was in a hotel room. They offer one knife that's in a Japanese steel that has been sold out since the day it went up on our website. So they're definitely being untruthful. So, like I said, the majority of us here know enough about knives. This is the knife hobby. There's a lot of us here. There's enough of us that know about this that most of us wouldn't get got. But it's the fact that there are people that have just come into the knife hobby that won't know. And there's people out there that see these ads from respected YouTube people that they hold their opinion in high regard. There are YouTube channels out there that are selling this, and I can't get upset with them because I know you got to respect the hustle. If you're doing it as a job like me, I turned down a lot of sponsorships because I'm at that point where I'm starting to I get probably 10 sponsorship messages. A lot of them are fake. A lot of them are bullshit. I post a lot of the poorly written, poorly translated emails up on my community tab. But the fact is, other people will fall for this. And especially guys like tech channels, they don't know about knives. Jeremy over at Quartering, he doesn't know about knives. He's a social media he's social commentator. Ben Shapiro, he's a news guy. These guys that are doing this, they don't know any better, and all they see is, yes, disingenuous. I was thinking that I was trying to find that word, and I said it just as the comment popped up. You can't fault them for seeking out sponsorships, and you can't fault them for the sales that are made. Like I said, I have affiliate links with companies, and that's 100% because I have tested those. Like, you guys know, Jeremy over at Corning, Coffee Brand Coffee. My sister can attest. The coffee is really good. I sent them with my own money. I didn't have Coffee Brand Coffee send a free sample to my family. I bought coffee for my family for Christmas, and it's good. So when I got fruit flies that came in with my daughter's house plants around the yard. So, it's just one of those things that I just wanted to throw that out so that people could see it. I mean, we're pretty much done with it. You can see just really easily in that 44 minutes, we've pretty much dispelled it. But the slap chop, actually, you know what? I'm not going to lie. My wife bought a slap chop at like Big Lots or someplace, and it does pretty good for some things. It really does. It's not the easiest thing to. And that's the thing. They do pay good. And the fact is, like, he's used the product, and like, this is a different animal than like established titles, which it's very, very deceptive. That is extremely deceptive. It's making statements as to something you can do. And it's not a physical product, and it's not a physical thing you can have. And that is way different. Established titles is, in my opinion, worse. At least with this, you're getting a product. Is it a product that's worth what you're paying for? No. Now, if you looked at those established titles ads and thought it was anything more than just a gag thing that you could get somebody a certificate and they put it on their wall, shame on you. Because at this point, you should know a little bit better by now. But, I can't fault these companies for like, okay, you're getting a physical product. You're getting it. So, you've got a physical product. The established titles is much worse in my opinion. And I'm glad that Jeremy cut ties with them. And I commented, I sent him in the description below, I tagged him in it that you might want to look at this. The fact that established titles owns the same company owns this and established titles is where I really have cause for pause about people doing it. Now, am I still going to watch those channels? Yeah. I mean, their content's good. I usually skip the ad talk anyway. So what else? It was awesome. My buddy was Billy Mays with his OxyClean, and we were the pitch. What are we talking about here? You said, I saw you say that he was contacted. Yeah, but like I said, you can't fault him for making money. There you go. If you thought established titles was real, then I need to take you on a snipe hunt, and you're going to be the bag man. You go sit over here next to this tree. Get in between these trees, and we're going to, along the fence line, this one opening right here, we're going to run them down to you, and you're just going to grab them in the bag. What are they? Snipes. They're little birds. A snipe actually is an actual waterfowl. My heating pad kicked off. I am not going to lie to you guys. It is chilly tonight. It is 52 degrees in the studio right now. I'm sitting on a heating pad because, well, I don't want a cold ass. You say, let me see here. It seems fishing. I watched that guy. I loved when he called out my team's owner. Let's see here. What did Tanya say? I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to scroll back up. Tanya, I'm sorry I missed your comment that apparently was funny. Yeah, good point that being owned shows a pattern that should be investigated further. Well, the problem is Hong Kong and China definitely have a lot different rules about what you can and can't do, what you're allowed to do, and things like that. Yes, bring the donkey inside. No one wants a cold ass. I got up this morning. I told my sister I got up this morning. It was cold. Like I honestly turned our furnace on for the first time since we moved into this house. Probably twice in 5 years I've had to turn my furnace on. She was like, because I can control the thermostat from my phone. And I looked at it and I was like, good God, it's cold in here. And she's like, have you had coffee yet? And I was like, no, I'm not getting out of bed until it's at least 60 degrees in the house. I was like, I turned the furnace on for my phone. Low to mid 50s is my favorite temperature range. Yeah, not in my house. Not in the house. I guarantee it's not 38 degrees in your house. Currently, it is 46 degrees outside. Who are we talking about? I don't know who we're talking about. It was 80 degrees. Where are you at, Emo Taco? So there we go. We've talked about the Kamikoto thing. And like, I'm not going to have a lesser opinion of the channels that do run those ads. I understand it. I personally choose not to take those. Oh, Florida. Okay. My brother-in-law has started sleepwalking at the age of 40. Is he older than me? I think he's a year older than me. So at 49, almost 50, my brother-in-law has taken to sleepwalking, doing things in his sleep, like eating and taking off his clothes and going outside. And I'm like, apparently he now turns off the furnace. Like 6 months. He's like 6 months older than me. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. My sister married a guy my age. I mean, we're only, what are we, 5 years apart? Yeah. She's only 5 years younger than me. So it's not like she married it's not like she's 22 and she married a 50-year-old guy. Oh, I have an Ambien story for you guys. You can hear it if you want. But has anyone else? Yeah, I fucking know. You don't think that I wake up in the morning and don't fucking know that I'm old? I wake up in the morning and feel like I was in a rollover car accident during the night. I woke up the other day and I was like, what the fuck did I dream about? No, don't worry about it. Like everybody wants to have a medical opinion. Like, oh, you need physical therapy for nerve damage or your shoulder. No, I don't know if you know this. Physical therapy doesn't do a fucking thing for nerve damage. So my sister knows this. I came back from a deployment and I couldn't sleep. Like I was getting ready to medically retire. I was having a lot of stress. I couldn't sleep like at all. I still don't sleep. And they're like, I told the doctor, I was like, this is getting ridiculous. Like I'll go nights and only have 1 hour sleep. And I was still working. I was still active duty. I was in the military. And so the doctor prescribed me with Ambien CR. And I took it. And for the first week I took it, I had the best sleep I had ever. Wow, that's too warm. I pushed that button one too hot. This is my wife's heating pad. It is way too hot. I took it and I slept for the first week. I slept like a fucking baby. I woke up and I was like, this is great. But during that week, my wife was like, did you know that you got out of bed a bunch of times? Yeah, the fried chicken story. She's like, did you know you got out of bed a couple times a night? I was like, no, I didn't. And then I started having nights where I would take the Ambien and I would go to sleep, but I just would wake up and I didn't feel rested. And my wife was like, you were up doing shit last night. She's like, I heard you. And I was like, no, I didn't. I went to bed and I stayed in bed. And she's like, no, you absolutely were up. I heard you downstairs. And she's like, we had just had our daughter. No, we hadn't. She was pregnant. That's what it was. She's like, absolutely. And I went downstairs and there was a mess in the kitchen. And I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, you were up in the night. And I was like, well, that's fucking weird. And so I took it and then I fucking woke up and I was like, I don't feel like I slept. And I know I was in bed because and she was like, I had to get you back in bed. She's like, you were downstairs. And she's like, I came down to see what you're doing. And you were in the yard in your underwear with a sandwich that you had made with mayonnaise on the outside of it on top of the trash can eating in the yard. And I was like, fucking what? And so I didn't take it for a couple nights. And then I was like, I still wasn't sleeping. I was like, so I took it and I woke up in my car. Guys, this is a no shit. I woke up in my car at Popeye's Chicken on National City Boulevard in San Diego, California, in my underwear with the car running and my pistol on the seat. And I was like, what the fuck? 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. Just sitting in a Popeye's Chicken parking lot. And I was like, what the fuck? And my first thing I did, broke the chamber. I was like, okay, I didn't fire it. It still smells clean. I didn't fire it. And I drove back home and I was like, what the fuck? And I never, yeah, I called my sister. I was legit terrified. I was like, what the fuck? Apparently I really wanted fried chicken that night. I was terrified. And I went home, I threw all of it away. I never took it. And so I just don't sleep because I'm not gonna lie though, that first maybe 4 or 5 days, best sleep I've ever had in my life. Ever. I slept like 9.5, 10 hours. And I woke up and I was like, that was fucking great. Damn, Mike, if I woke up like that, I would go to a therapist and figure out what it is that has my psyche that disturbed. It was a no joke. Like I called my sister. Yes, Weed is my friend. Yeah, benzos don't do anything. I will say I had a prescription for Xanax, and I told my doctor to cancel that prescription. And he's like, "What?" I was like, "You need to cancel that prescription." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "I like those too much." He's like, "What?" I don't like opiates. I have a lot of pain, so I did kind of have a little bit of a problem with the opiates, and I stopped taking them. I don't take them unless I absolutely need, and they don't really seem to help that much. I started to develop a problem with opiates because of all my joint pain and back pain and stuff. But I never enjoyed it. It's not like I was like taking them because I was like, oh, I'll save these till I feel better. No, he put me on Xanax for a while, and I was like, I can't have these. He's like, why? I was like, because I will have a problem. I will have a serious problem. I like these too much. He's like, what? And I was like, oh, I mean, I like them. I will abuse these horribly. And he's like, oh, okay. So I don't take Xanax. And I know, I'm going to tell you right now, I knew right there, if I was ever going to have an addiction problem, that was the one. That was the one that I was going to dive into and be like, no, I'm fine with it. I had a soldier drive through buck naked. Apparently he really wanted some chicken nuggets. The doc adjusted his meds thereafter. Right? You have to acknowledge these things. If you don't, then you run into problems. But yeah, I acknowledged it real quick. Matter of fact, that's something I told my sister. Like, I can't have Xanax. I can't. I will get into trouble with these. That's how you feel about Adderall. And it was like, nope, never again. I have had a few beers here the last few days, but that's because, well, people bought them for me. Never throw away a gift. So, fentanyl's the only thing I ever knew I'd have a problem with. Like, yeah, okay. So when I was in the hospital with the perforated intestine, they gave me fentanyl. They gave me Dilaudid with fentanyl, and the doctor was putting it in he was putting the bag up on the thing. He connected it to the pump, and he was like, I was on the phone with my wife, and he goes, you got about 3 minutes to get out anything you want to tell her. And I was like, why? And he goes, this is going to hit you. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm used to like opiates and other things just really not having that much effect on me. And I'm a big guy, so it takes a lot. And he goes, no, you got like 3 minutes. And I'm like, whatever. And like, damn near exactly 3 minutes later, I was on the phone with my wife, and I was like, I gotta go. And she's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah. I was like, I feel amazing. I was like, I looked down, I was like, my feet feel incredible. And he goes, 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Good night. And that's the last thing I remember for like 22 hours. And I was like, oh. And he came back that night. He was like, how you feel? And I was like, or the next night, he was like, how you feeling? I was like, the pain. I was like, yeah, pain's better. The antibiotics have started working. The infection's down and everything. So I was feeling better. And I was like, he was like, there's a reason. He was like, how was that? And I was like, there's a reason people overdose on that. I understand now why. And he was like, oh yeah. He's like, if used properly, it is one of the most effective painkillers out there. And I was like, oh, I could fucking vouch for that. Did I call? I don't remember. Like, literally do not remember. TV was on. The nurses had to turn off the TV. They told me that they came in and like, you watching that? And I was like, watching what? They're like, I got you. If you all ever join movie night next time, I'll tell you a Xanax and Molly story. I have a buddy that I saw him. Like, I didn't know it was him. But I have a buddy named Matt, not my buddy Tino, another guy that I work construction with. And he was on, like, I saw this happen on the news, and he got arrested after a high-speed chase on a motorcycle, and he had taken 4 Xanny bars. And he's like, I don't remember getting arrested. He's like, I don't remember being in take. They had me in a room. He's like, they're like, I laid there and drooled for like 26 hours. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, I feel amazing. What'd they give me? So yeah, guys, I appreciate you joining me. This is 100% because I miss the wife and kid, and if I sit here in the house by myself, it just gets worse. It absolutely just gets worse. We're at 54 people. How many likes? Somebody tell me. I can't see that where I'm at here. Just curious. You guys want to watch a little bit of Cutlery Corner Network? We might get a chance to see Jod. $46. Guys, once again, if you're watching a video, we're an hour into this, and you haven't liked it, fuck a dick move, bro. I don't like to do the, oh, hey, Robert. Hang on a second. Let me ring you some bell. In all honesty, I try not to do this very often, but like, I don't think anyone that doesn't have a YouTube channel that understands the amount of work that goes into it. I filmed and edited today. I'm going to film and edit tomorrow. I'm going to film and edit tonight. I don't think that people realize the amount of work that goes into it, and it's almost done for free. YouTube really, really, really fucks us. Mike, don't you use video games to cure the loneliness or either those guys? Yeah, after an hour or two, I mean, unless I smoke a little bit of weed, like if I may tonight just like take an edible and just play video games for a few hours. That might be something like you guys might see. If you don't follow my game channel, you probably should, because I am currently doing a playthrough of the new God of War. So, and I'm only doing it on live feeds. So I've currently got a bunch of them up. So I haven't done the new thumbnails and numbered all of them, but I just play it at my leisure, and I'm only doing it live. So if I play, I'm doing it live. You see 51. Okay. Well, that means that there's 3 of y'all that still haven't hit the like button. So what I was saying is, like, the majority of the biggest thing, like all of us talk about, like, hey, like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Those are all the big ticket items. Super chats, that's great. Like super chats are amazing because the cut is different. Now we're just talking about the scam of YouTube. YouTube takes, so when you guys watch a video and you see all those ads that play, YouTube takes 70% of that. I get 30. But when you guys drop a super chat, I get 70% of that and they get 30. It's a 70-30 split. Either way, it's backwards. And that's just one of the benefits of doing live feeds. I don't so much do the live feeds for the revenue. I do the live feeds because I like doing the live feeds. I've enjoyed them. I kind of got to a point where I was looking at live feeds as a revenue stream, and I got away from that. Like I stopped. I stopped thinking like that because the fact is, you know what did it? Jeremy Hambley from the Quartering got drunk the other night in a live feed, and he just started talking about how much he loves doing live feeds. Like, he hated doing live feeds until just recently. He started doing a bunch of them because YouTube told him he needed to. And I think that he realized how much fun they are. And I heard him say it, and I was like, you know what, you're right. I stopped looking at these live feeds as a revenue stream. If I get super chats, that's great. You don't usually make anything on ads on live streams. But the fact is, what it is, I get a chance to directly interact with you guys, the subscribers. Now, I will say, though, if you're watching it and you're using ad blocker, or if the big scam right now is YouTube Red, the YouTube Premium, I literally make, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I will make all of my income anywhere between $600 and $1,000 on YouTube in a month. With my retirement, it's not horrible, but I'll get to that in a second, Mike. Yay! I forget where I was going with it. But the thing is, I'll make that money on ad revenue, and then on YouTube Premium, I will make $7. I've never made more than $7 on YouTube Premium. And that's because YouTube is like, well, you know, you don't have to run ads, run YouTube Premium. That is YouTube's new way of fucking the content creators. So I would ask if you would be ever so kind, if you have YouTube Premium, if you're going to watch my videos, can you just for 15 minutes not use YouTube Premium or YouTube Red and just watch my videos and not skip the ads? It's like 30 seconds. It's 30 seconds twice in a 15-minute video. That's the only thing I ask. And drop some likes. Like, just drop a like. If you watch a video and you're in it for more than 10 seconds and you haven't clicked out, just hit the like button. It doesn't cost anything. It is free 99, and it absolutely is one of the best ways to help. What is this? Sending you a debt, negative exchange rate. $14.99. That was not free 99, which absolutely is my favorite price for anything. Thoughts on American-made James brand knife, the Klein? I haven't seen it, and I'm not a big fan of James brand, and it's not that they're not good knives. I'm going to tell you something that pissed me off because I've had a beer. I get my tongue all waggly after a beer. I remember my first beer. I haven't been drinking much. One beer actually will get me like, oh, hey, I feel that. James Brand did some knives with Riat, if you guys remember, a while back. And most of the knives that was it Riat or was it We? I don't remember, but he did a production knife with them. Now, I'm not saying that they weren't a good knife, and I'm not saying he's not a good knife maker. But from what I saw, they were pretty plain. And the fact was his knives were priced well above other knives that company had released in a similar style and form factor and finish level. And I'm like, why? The problem with a lot of knife makers is they're trying to hit that secondary market price, and that's not going to work. That is how you lose subscribers. People pay more on the secondary market when something is released. After something's released, it's always going to happen. The problem you're going to have now is you're fucking the knife community. If you release a knife at there you go. If you release a knife at $650 market price, because you're trying to track that, you're never going to hit that secondary market price, because the secondary market is always going to be higher because there's a demand. There you go. Jake Hoback does the same fucking thing. Those knives aren't worth that much. It's a Riat. I have Riats that are $400. Everybody's good. Yours are $250 more. I don't care how good of a knife maker you are. Your name does not demand that. Now, you didn't make that. You didn't fucking make that. You know what I'm saying? You did not make that. Leave the fucking price average for a production knife. If it was a mid-tech, that's something different. I paid $500, $600, $700 for some of my Fair and Forged knives, but those were mid-techs that those guys got parts in, got hardware in. They did all of the fit up. They did all of the marriage points. They did all of the things. It was basically titanium slabs. They drilled the holes. They countersunk the holes for the fucking bearing pockets, all that, measured it and stuff like that. And so that demands a premium because that is quality work. All they did was take the grunt work out a little bit and have stuff cut out, water jet and stuff like that. There's still a lot of work. It would take those guys together about 3 months to make 200 knives from parts that had been pre-processed. That I'm willing to pay for. A custom knife, that I'm willing to pay for. But if you're just putting your name on something and putting it out there and it adds that much more to the price, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. What was that? I don't. Mike's better with Japanese cooking. I am better with Japanese cooking. I actually do a few things, and I'm I am a very good cook, but I have to say that my sister is fucking chef level. Ah. See, that's a misconception. That is a definite misconception. There is very little. Do you know what sushi? Actually, everybody thinks sushi is raw fish. Sushi is not raw fish. Su being vinegar, shi being rice, the old kanji for it, sushi. That is rice flavored with vinegar. That is the main body of the. Oh, hey, come here. You want to come up? That's the main. Come here. Hey, psst, psst, psst. No, you come here. Come here. Guys, you haven't seen Shopcat in a while. He's been gone. Come here. Come here. No. No. Hi, buddy. You stink. Did you poop on the steps? I smell poop. Did you poop on the steps? I'm going to be upset if you pooped on the steps. I smell poop on you. Am I going to have to go clean up the steps? You fucking did. I can smell it. You shithead. Do you need to go out? What a good kitty. I want to tear your head off. He's shit in my wife's car. You pooped on the steps, didn't you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Fuck. All right, put you down. Hang on a second. I got to go check something. I promise, I'm not going far. All 52 of you. I'm gonna get this set up. Allow me to pull this up. We're gonna watch some Cutlery Corner Network. We're gonna watch a little Cutlery Corner Network. I got to go check and see if he shit on the steps. Let me go to YouTube, and we'll open that, and then we will search Cutlery Corner Network. I'm trying to find it. And we'll see what their live feed looks like.
This one I would.
An LB5? Oh, no. Guys, I will be right back.
Sheath, it would have been customary. You had a nylon sheath, which nothing
nice.
wrong with it, but you got a leather sheath.
It even smells like good, that nice
Oh, I
good
love
leather.
it. Yeah, I love that smell of good leather.
And so it smells like a saddle.
Mhm.
And then you have this nice 5-inch lock back, and it's done in the torch foam.
And you've got that eagle claw bolster on the cap end. It's got a lanyard hole, beautiful torched second cut jig bone, 5 inches closed. It's a big knife, nickel silver bolsters. That's hard to believe. Both of those for only $15. The sheath's got to be worth a $10 sheath. The knife, I know.
I'm back.
Oh, I know.
is worth
Sorry about
15 by
that.
itself.
He did not shit on
The
the
grape
steps.
sale. Order these. We don't have but about 200 of these.
Oh, that's.
111731, the Renegade torch second cut.
Oh my
folding
goodness!
Mhm.
Look, I wish I
Lucky
could put my
folding
cowboy
leather.
hat on with this. We'd have
Leather sheath, only $15 for the
PDM.
pair. 111731.
111731.
Brand new again. Secret
Oh.
Santa mystery box by Hen and Rooster, and it's only $19.
$19.
Oh, I know. I actually know,
Oh well, you're nobody's. I was.
and I am super excited.
No,
I have not yet
Super
made my comment about the
excited.
fact that this
It
bitch
must be a
sucks
good
dick
one. I don't know. I
Yeah.
promise.
cocaine
If I
behind
had
truck
the
stop
knife that was
bathrooms.
in this box on this set,
Okay.
it would be mid-40s, $50.
Well,
He
tell us what it
didn't.
is
He
then.
didn't shit on the
Do
steps.
that.
No,
But
no,
look, I can show
I
you.
can't smell. I think I squeezed a fart out of him.
surprised.
He
That's-
wanted out, and I
that's
think he
kidding.
needs to poop because I picked him up. He may
It
have
must
just.
be a really good.
I think he's got a turd
It
honking for the
is.
right away
I've been
because
totally.
he wanted to
serious.
go out.
It must. I can guarantee you this. Tell me if I'm wrong. We've sold it for a lot higher than $19.95 before.
Okay, let's go down
Merry
a rabbit
Christmas.
hole for a second. How
Hen
can
and
people
Rooster.
say
And
cats
you gotta love
can
that
see
Santa,
spirits?
Santa with the
What if they can't?
guitar.
What if they can look into other dimensions?
Yeah.
Wow.
The blue guitar. Secret Santa.
Who's
Hen
that in the
Rooster.
background? Todd and Terry and Jim.
Jod,
Yeah,
you say his name
I
correct.
guess
That's
so.
it right there. Secret Santa mystery box by Hen and Rooster. So get a couple of these if you want. They're
She's
only
a
$19.95.
fucking lot lizard.
I don't have. I mean, just think about this.
I mean, wait till you see her
You're
nose.
not
Like
gonna
you'll
see
see it.
another
You see
Hen
her
and
nose,
Rooster
you're
knife
like,
on the show
Jesus
just in
Christ, save some
general
air
No.
for the
at
rest of us. Like she doesn't share her
$19.95,
Coke
so you
with anyone.
know
That's true.
it's such a value, and I promise you. So 111743, item number.
Oh,
Lovely knife right here.
This is-
beautiful
this is how you
jade
spend an
green
evening.
bone. This is new from WR Case and Sons. Now this one, if you think the jig looks a little different, it is. This is what they call the kinfolks.
this is what
jig.
they call the kinfolks jig.
Kinfolks is a
I dance a
Case
jig.
family trademark name, which was three cousins, and that was kinfolks. Tent Champlin,
okay.
one of the cases.
Three
and
cousins.
I think Gene Case. Anyway,
That sounds like
they call this
that
the
sounds
jig.
like
They
our
get-
family
that's what I
tree.
love about Case, the heritage of it. They tie all this
Damn.
historical things.
fucking
This
family
is
tree
a
look
mini
like a
trapper, and it's I love
set of
that
Olympic
jade bone
rings.
Anyway, I don't care what jig it had, but this is called the
Right.
kinfolks
Look
jig.
at this.
and it's
Look
a
at this
different one,
shitty
you can
blade.
tell.
Look at the
Notice
finish
it's
on that
it
blade.
is,
What
it's
the
very
fuck?
different
Very.
from what you see. I don't know if
Were they
aggressive
cutting
is the right
steel
word, but I mean
wool?
it's a lot. It's a deeper jig.
It is.
Um,
It's a deeper jig. And what's neat about this one, and you saw it the
Cats
other day,
just
too,
had
this dog bone shield.
plasmosis.
This is
Yeah.
a shield that we have. They have sparingly used this over the years.
I
and
love that
I
cat.
love this shield.
Like-
It's a little dog bone shield. And
Well,
it's
Three
stamp tested double
cousins.
X.
and that's a
Two couples.
2022.
Is it really?
Mhm.
Oh,
Family
wow.
tree looks. It's just
Well, folks,
basically
we
a
have not
box,
hardly
and you
seen
put everybody's
any
names in it, draw lines.
2022 dated knives. I know it's almost the end of the year, but that's due
That's
to
okay. We'll take them when we can get them.
Yep.
And actually, we only had two in this color. I think they
Oh
have the other
my.
one coming up on the carousel, but only two came in the jade green. We all agreed, everybody in this room agreed how beautiful that was. So we wanted to make sure you guys saw it today.
It sure is. 3.5 inches closed, half stop
Tree.
blade design, the way the blades
No,
are
we're not talking
positioned.
about
It's
what
got
you
that
got in
half
your
stop
pants,
safety
bird
design.
boy.
A great one to use and carry. The mini trapper,
It's a
6207
Hyundai.
SS, true sharp surgical steel blades, built in Bradford. Great little knife there.
Yeah.
No, because
64.47 retails $88. Number
Dad and I stepped outside of the
111-686.
family tree
What would make
a
the
little
perfect
bit.
Christmas gift?
Oh
An
no!
Arno
Okay,
Bernard.
so
I'm
this
glad
is an
we got these
actual
on the show
decent
today,
knife.
these
They-
Arnos.
Yes, and girls worked hard to get these on here.
I
This
heard.
is it's handmade in South Africa.
Mhm.
And for Christmas, we're also going to give you a bonus Warthog Tusk keychain.
And we normally sell those for $38.50.
38 bucks. So
Mhm.
we have a few that you're going to sell, and this is kind of a preview because coming up next week, we're going to have Arno extravaganza, you
Oh.
know, next week. But and then from what I understand, they will get this bonus keychain. So what we're going to do with this one, it's called the Lion, and it's part of the Predator series.
Oops, my bad. Sorry, hang on. My bad. My bad. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
Big animal from South Africa, much like
My
an
bad.
antelope, I
Yes.
guess.
Sorry.
It's the interior portion of the spiraled horns.
Look at that leather sheath.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And the sheath is a great sheath. It has
Later,
navy blue
sis. I'll
stitching.
talk
I
to you
always like
later.
Tell that. Bowler N690 Austrian
Mhm.
steel. There's
Okay.
your Arno Bernard trademark,
Guys.
full tank construction. Sheila, when you feel that, just put it in your pocket. It's got a
N690,
great
if heat
balance.
treated
Work
well with a
all
custom
of
heat
them.
I know.
treat is
So
fucking
very
amazing.
impressive.
I
And
don't
we only
understand why it
have
gets shit on all the
12
time. It
of
is a
this one
very,
left.
very, very good steel.
And it
And
is a
there
little
are a
different
lot of
twist
knives
with the
at
blue
that price
handle.
point
We didn't
that
get as many of those
in that
as the
steel
others,
that
so it's kind of
demand
unique
that
in that
price.
way too.
Mhm.
It
But
is
it's only
one of
$428. So if you want to make
And
it
I-
an
I-
Arno Christmas, and you'll be
Yeah.
one of the Arno sale. So
I
bonus
believe
keychain.
Bonus, yes.
that they're
That's
using
just an awesome
N690
gift in
CO, which
itself.
is a
Item
better
number
version.
is 108973. Hey, plus You know, this is over $99, so we'll give you the Sharp Spooey too.
You've
You'll end up with
automatically.
No,
two
that's
free
okay.
gifts.
Keep
That's
it.
right. And put the free freight opportunity on there.
Yes.
Get a great Realtree frame lock and the sticker.
The
for
flip
only
side of that too is don't
$12.95.
forget that's a handmade knife in N690,
12
which
to
is a
sale.
very decent steel,
Beautiful handle,
but it's also
special
made in an exotic
Bluetooth
handle
bone
material and stuff
exclusive
like
for
that.
Cutlery
Lots of
Corner,
custom.
number 1089,
I got news for
73.
you. Bob Terzuola makes knives that are well
Brand new.
over
I love this.
$2,000-$3,000, and he's
little-
making them in
I
154
I
CM.
used to collect. I've still got
So-
about 25. This is one of my
Mhm.
favorite patterns. Little
Okay,
Coke bottle.
well, that's why I wanted to show this one first. We have some more coming up that's in
It's a
this
6 out of 9 steel if you're
ruby
just getting like a
Stardust
random
hair knife.
production
This
knife.
has-
That's
this has
a
holiday
custom.
written all
Oh, I
knife.
know.
It's
That's
I know.
like-
custom
I'm
made
glad
in
to
shop
know
by
you're
him
as
and his
excited
sons.
about it as I am, because I'm a girl and automatically it's sparkly and beautiful.
I do. Look.
But
Yeah, well,
you know,
it
it's
is.
nice to know that big macho guys like it too.
I do. Love
I
it.
mean, you know, or if you collect. See, now this is the one
Right.
to collect because
Metal
remember
Man
what
Sean,
Marty was
holy
saying?
It's
shit,
vaulted
where the
already.
fuck
Yes.
have you
Really,
been?
when Case does a vault pattern, and you're the one that
I
I'm
have
glad
to-
you
I
found
have
out
to
what they
pause
really did.
this.
It's not just vaulted once; it's double vaulted. They
Mhm.
made a few.
Where have you been? Where the fuck have you been? I have not seen you in a live feed. Metal Man Sean was my very, very first paying member. The very, very first one. He was the very first person that ever signed up for a membership. And then followed very closely by my friend David, Hiking with a Viking, who, by the way, saved a woman and her son from a car accident where they very well could have died. The mother was in very bad shape, and he pulled them both out of a vehicle. So yeah. The longest standing paying member to the channel right there. Love that dude. Sean, how is that knife you won? And you absolutely need to join the Gilded server because I'm about to do another giveaway this weekend or next week. Okay. All right. Well, we'll bring it back. Let's bring this back. We'll start it back up. I just wanted to acknowledge your
in
presence.
22 this year, and they're done again.
Thank you very much
Yes.
for
They've
stopping
been
by,
in the
bro.
vault for years. They bring them out for that 1 year
Made
period.
this one. So even when they bring it back out in like 5
5
years or
years.
whatever,
Yeah.
they won't make it again in the Ruby Stardust.
This
No.
guy,
So
this guy
is
here.
Your only chance
Wait till
to
you
get
see
it.
him.
We
If you
only
haven't
have
ever seen
19,
this,
but
this
that
guy
was-
looks always, every time.
you
He
know
looks like
what?
he's
I
got
don't
a
think I
bird in
have
his
any
mouth.
of those frames.
Other patterns.
Even that pattern in another handle.
Yeah,
Even.
this is they call it now Case, and I knew why they
Bill,
did it.
this would be
When I
the
saw
place
it
to find
like
them.
6
They
months
still
ago,
have
They
them.
call this a swell center jack.
They still have
It-
them.
It's really
well,
everybody
well,
knows
they don't
this
have
as a
new
Coke
ones, but
bottle
they,
pattern. It's
Right.
the 25 and a half pattern.
There's your Coke bottle.
There it is. You know,
But I guess for
they made one back in the 80s, and I've got one of them,
yeah.
and it was a Jackson, Mississippi bottling plant, and
Jackson,
they blunted
Mississippi.
the end, and it'll stand up. I'm gonna bring it
Ooh.
and show it to
Oh,
everybody.
you should. I bet that is super cute.
It is. But
So
this one, folks, that she's 19 to sell. The pattern is done. They won't. These aren't going to be made again in 23. They're
that's
done.
right. That's right.
So if you love it, and especially if you collect these Coke bottle patterns, you better buy it because they're done.
Mm-hmm.
$72.40.
Guys, I meant to show you something.
$98.95. Number 111645.
while they're
again,
talking,
only 19 to sell.
I'll
And it's got
minimize
the
them a little
Spark
bit.
Shield too. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah, the white spark
Mhm.
shield. It's
This
perfect matchup.
Is
Perfect.
the
the
Christmas
ruby
galore.
stardust.
Yes.
I know.
this is the
I couldn't have
Doll
picked
Strong
a better
Knives
Christmas
No.
knife.
Delta
They-
no
Wolf.
way.
I'm so proud of Case. They always come through for us. We also have a brand new pocket knife collection.
This is their 7
and this
inch
is called the Copperhead Creek. You notice
Barong
the
chef's
bolsters
knife.
on these?
Oh yeah, I saw the reflection. This was copper
They're
bolsters.
copper bolsters.
It is in
And these are all really large.
it's part of their Delta Wolf
frames,
series.
too.
They sent me this.
There is a bonus sheath. Right
It's
there
pretty
in the
freaking
center
cool.
For this 5-inch lock back, so you get a nice hair on high genuine leather.
Metal Man
sheath.
Sean, gonna grab a drink.
But
This shit's
large
oh yeah, we'll do this
Stockton,
for a
of course,
while.
Premium trapper. Look at this big copperhead.
That's
This
the
thing's
one
a
that's
lot
the
of
most
fun.
Unique.
This one, the
It's
big
got
copperhead.
a Horncliffe blade. It's like a
How do I
baby
feel about
Yeah.
Doll
Golden
Strong in
Hunter.
general? Hang on a second. Let
I
me pause
love
this.
that.
I'll tell you how I
I
feel about it.
looked
Let
at
me
that and I
pause
thought,
this.
That's my-
a little
We'll come back to it. Well, that gives Sean time to get the Doll Strong stuff. They have been a great affiliate. They're really easy to work with. Their knives are pretty good. The kitchen knives that they've sent me have been great, and they don't hand pick anything. They come from Amazon, so I'm just getting them in. This is one of their more budget lines. This is in it's written on a box. It's written on a box somewhere. It is in It's in 9CR with a titanium nitride coating. But the thing is, their knives are pretty well made, to tell you the truth. I'm not gonna say, but this is gonna wind up being this is for someone already. They sent me this because they want me to do a sharpening video on like how to sharpen, because they thought this would be something that a lot of their customers would have a problem with. They have been awesome, awesome, awesome to deal with. They really have. They have sent me a ton of stuff. Like I said, I have 4 of their knives here. This is the newest one they sent me, and my wife has already claimed it. This is a paring knife they sent me, and it's part of their Phantom series, and it's a very, very comfortable little paring knife. But their handles, the thing that really, they're like super comfortable, and their handles are great. Well, I got news for you. J.R. Heckles, all the other kitchen knife companies put their stuff all over it. It's a kitchen knife. Every kitchen knife has a name on it, unless you're getting a custom. So, I'm kind of surprised that, like, I thought this was going to be weird, and when she said she was sending this to me, I was like, it's so comfortable in hand. I was really surprised. I was like, that's goofy. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, you know what? You could take this, because it has the leather sheath. You could throw this in a pack and have it as a camp cooking knife, because you could do other tasks with it. And so I know this is already slated for someone. So their knives have been really good. What was this? I was looking for that at that exact paring knife, $80. Don't. I'm going to type. Okay, here. I think if you use my affiliate link, you still get a discount. But if not, God, I don't want to get in trouble for this. Check Amazon's prices. Amazon prices can be higher or lower, and then go in and see if they're offering a discount on the website. I would say I would check them first and see if they're running a discount. You can't skimp on ergonomics. You can fool people with steel quality, but with battery. The whole thing is, like, this is in. This one is an OS 8. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have sharpened it. OS 8 is really good on this. This reminds me, like, the way it feels and the way it's sharpened reminds me of the heat treat that I felt on Cold Steel's OS 8, which was amazing. Well above what OS 8 should have been able to do, any of the Cold Steel knives. So let's see here. What do you think? What do you think the factory angle is on a sea snake? I don't know. Probably around 17, maybe. So the barong. Yeah, that was the barong. Let's go ahead and pull this back up. Seems logical. You can call it a night. Let's get this started back up. Sorry about that.
Plus, it has the Copperhead.
Oh, it's the
Copperhead
Creek collection.
Ooh, I love those copper bolsters on these. I don't know if it's just refreshing because we all the time see nickel silver, but with this autumn brown handle too.
You're the kind of person that would say drinking piss is refreshing. Shut up.
Absolutely. Stainless steel blades.
Sorry.
Is this what brand is Crowley?
Getting belligerent.
Copperhead Creek.
Copperhead Creek.
And so these are just $13.50 a piece. And you get the
they look like it.
Sheet.
They look like it.
And you're already
Copperhead Road. I was getting ready to say, Braden, thank you. You beat me to it.
That's very easy to do. You've got about $32 left, and you get a free Sharps cutlery. There it is, that 12-inch buoy, free with $99.
But is it really
invoice.
free?
Those bone handles are sensational, beautiful kind of a mahogany jig bone.
Guys, I don't know what you guys have got planned for the evening, but
Copper
after we watch
bolsters,
this
a
for about another
great
30
deal
more
by
minutes,
Copperhead Creek. The
I
collection with the
am
sheet,
going to play video
all
games
of these, all five
on my
only
gaming channel,
67.50,
Crazy Sharp
number
Games. If
111
you haven't already followed it.
726.
Not to talk too much more about
And
I
we
do
wanna
like
remind you
the cool
again,
thing about
get
all
to
of
that
the dull strong
$99
knives.
price
They have
point,
these
get
little
your
slips,
free freight
which a lot of
opportunity.
knives
It's
do. These are magnetic.
$12.95. It's a Realtree camo frame lock.
You
pay
can
no
slide them
shipping.
off. Fuck, like
I
you
mean,
can slide them
anything and
off,
everything that you buy. If you buy 5 sets of these,
but they don't
and you
fall
wanna get
out
that free
in
shipping
the
knife, just pay that
in the drawer.
$12.95. It all ships free, and you get the free Sharps cutlery buoy.
It stays pretty good. You
LB5.
like I didn't get it in there
That's
all
a
the way.
great one, and with the free sheet.
They're magnetic.
Our
So
choice, Santa's sack of steel. We have 10 buoys on the table. Buzz, this one will be guaranteed
oh my
that silver
God,
wood.
look at that. That is
Undertaker Warrior right there, which is about $199 in value.
Okay, so this.
okay, guys.
that one
I'm
is
not gonna lie.
guaranteed.
That
This
one
is
is
the shit that when I
guaranteed.
was
Well,
a
that's the-
teenager we would
that's
buy. There's a
Price is
video that goes up
98
on
bucks.
Monday.
And then we're going to give you 9 additional.
There's a video
fixed
that goes
blades
up
to go
Monday
along
about
with it.
fun knives.
And
I
what
talk
we try
about
to
some
do is just
stuff
give
like
you a
this in
good
that
mix
video.
and
Don't
look
miss
and
it.
Sampling of what we have in the warehouse.
Yeah, they're
at the
magnetic.
time, but
They
I
they
like
sit
the
in there.
frost
They sit in
wood,
nice and they
Sun
don't
Hill
fall out.
Guard.
Yeah.
You have the patriotic American flag handle.
That's a
some
whole lot of
wildlife
hot
knives,
garbage.
too,
You're
the grizzly
absolutely
bear.
right,
I haven't
Tanya.
seen this one in forever.
I haven't
The
either. I remember
Sharps
that from years ago.
with the ichthys on there, and then
Yep.
you have several with a black forest wood handle. Here's a couple more in the Sharps line.
That's an important one. That swell center
Mhm.
buoy. I love that one. There's the
Can't
Jungle
believe
Fighter.
that this
There's not a
just
knife on
had
this
an art.
table
Yeah,
we
right.
sell for $9.80 typically. I mean, you know,
Right. That's
and
true.
that's what it's breaking down to. Plus, you know, you get the guarantee.
Don't get these
of the
to,
big
to
silver
practice
wood
sharpening
buoy.
on. You won't
Yeah,
you
the
won't get a
Subhilt
good
Fighter,
result.
I believe
You need
those are
something
normally
better.
Like 1985
Like I wouldn't even
or
practice
something, like
sharpening
20
on these.
bucks. That's in there. So that's right. All 10 of these only
You sub for the game
$9.80.
page. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing
Now, the one that's guaranteed
God of War.
is
the new God of War,
that's
Ragnarok.
really the clincher. No
Yeah.
matter what else you get,
Mhm.
is that bit's coming around that.
Yep, the ones with the
Oh,
dome
we
on the
have
end, the
more
ones
than
that like right
9
after.
other styles. That's
So
why
you
we
take
have
off
an assortment showing,
the
but that
cap.
one right
It had
there,
the
that's it that's
dome
guaranteed,
water-filled
right?
compass,
Mhm.
The big
and
one
underneath
right
it
there
was
on the
2
bottom,
rings, and
the
that's what you used for the
Undertaker
pull
buoy, I
saw.
believe we call
Yes.
that one.
Yeah.
And then it
That
had the
one's
kit in it, and it
guaranteed,
had
that
the rigid. It
large
was all
one.
plastic
So,
handled. I
folks,
absolutely had
what a
that.
deal.
You have all of
The
these
bottle
fixed
opener on the
blades,
back.
buoys,
Absolutely, I fucking
nylon
had that.
sheaths, gift boxes.
Because I'm old enough, I remember when Rambo
quite a
first
deal
came
for
out
only
and they
$98
started
plus.
selling
And here's
those
what I do. I'd add the
on
free
as
shipping
seen
knife
on TV,
there,
and my
'cause you
grandmother
don't wanna
bought
have
me
to pay for
one.
shipping on all these knives.
Absolutely.
And then that would also get
It had
you
the saw teeth
past
on the
the
back, and it was
$99
just a
price
shitty
point.
like a bottle opener, and it had the
Plus,
survival
you
knife
get
kit.
another buoy
And
in
I
there,
wanted
too,
one
the
so bad. My
Sharps Cutlery
grandmother got
buoy.
me one for
There you
Christmas.
get that
And I
108-242 on
it had
there.
like the bullshit
And
half-ass
because you've broke that $99
bullshit
price point,
sheath.
you're gonna get
I love
another
that thing. It was like
free
one
Sharps
of
Cutlery
the.
buoy.
It's one of
What
my
a deal.
best memories.
Be sure and
Was
capitalize
that
on
knife.
that.
This is our jingle jar special. Yes. You
Yeah, but
will
a
get
$10 more
30
knife is
knives,
actually made out of decent
and
steel.
they're also going to come in these jars, the Merry Christmas jars, which you can use these to store your knives in, or you can use them.
I'm gonna have to. I've never gotten to see
to
one. If you,
resell.
Mike, if you've got
Resell
any,
them.
I would absolutely love to see. Well, you said you're
The
not.
Merry Christmas logo on there. The jingle
You're
jar
not
special
stateside, are
is
you?
$69.95. Every knife on the table is going to be $2.33, and this is what I call, you know, just a
I started
hodgepodge,
throwing
great
mine and I
mix
busted it up and
of
handle fell off. I
different
did not treat it well.
knives,
I
big
don't
time
have. I
variety,
don't have
'cause
one.
There's pocket knives in here. There's lockbacks, tacticals,
There's garbage
pin
in there. Just go ahead and
knives,
say it. We swept up all the
just
shit that
about,
fell off the
you
shelves
know,
and put it in a
everything in the
jar.
warehouse we have in here. So here's one of the pin knives with the religious meaning on them. Smooth bone pocket knives, whitetail cutlery.
That's fucking
I
hideous.
saw in here, Forest Frost, big part of your tacticals. What was this other brand that I saw?
Guys, I'm gonna try and get
This
Pete
one
back on
right
the channel.
here.
You just reminded
This
me.
Coke bottle and red.
You said
that's
Australia,
Miller
and it just
Brothers.
reminded me. I want to
It's
get
been
Pete
so
back
long.
on the channel.
So Miller Brothers, Valley Forge,
That is
Hibbert Spencer and Bartlett.
that is a whole
Those
jar
are
full of shit right there.
Options.
I just
So
farted.
You
by
will
the way.
get a total, you know, of 30 knives. I don't know of anywhere you could go and get a pocket knife or a tactical for $2.33, but that's what it's breaking down to.
It's just a different
You have
channel.
paracord bracelet
You'll
as
see
an
it. I
option
just
here
stream gaming.
too,
I'll have my
a
headphones on
stainless
and
steel
stuff.
money clip. You have tacticals that's going to go all the way up to 5 inches.
Cool.
This one is one of our storm chasers, so you might get it. We have a firefighter knife right there. And then it looks like
I
the
wouldn't
smallest one
trust
here is
these
about 3
knives
inches.
for
So
a
we have some of
fucking
those
thing.
3-inch lockbacks, and then also pocket knives too, little baby saddle horn and those Coke bottles. Multi-tool. So the jars, the resale jars, you can use these for anything. Use them at home to put spare change in, or resell, or whatever
That
you
is
want to do with that.
hilarious.
But they're
Absolutely.
nice
This
too.
is
So you have
TSA
these 3
confiscates.
jars in
It's
the
resale. They
jingle
bought
jar
these from
special.
TSA for $20.
They also
They're
have a
selling
little
them
handle.
for $69.
And then we've put all of the boxes for those knives. They're in the jars, so just kind of gives you an idea of how you can resell too. But $69.95. That's it on
there it
the
is.
jingle jar special.
The
of the
jingle
day.
jar special.
Item number is 111189. We're going to show you this brand new collection.
Sorry, my
here.
daughter's
These
texting me.
just came in. And the first time I've ever seen these in green. I like the green. I like green and blue knives too. But it is our Field Pro Christmas. This is a 3-piece set. Comes in the nice presentation box also. But you're going to get this 9.5-inch Skinner. There's the finger grooves. I would call this Bass Green. Green Delrin.
Green Delrin. Oh,
Really
no, that
sharp
is not. That is
edge
definitely,
on that
absolutely
Skinner too.
not. That
We're
is
also going to
Stagalon.
include 2 pocket knives with this gift set. So one's going to be
That's
the
green
premium chopper,
Stagalon. You
and
get
then the
it
other
correct.
is going to be this lockback here. So the lockback has a nice slant bolster. This black and
Oh,
white.
you don't have to do that, brother.
kinda
I appreciate
pinstripe
it, but you don't
too.
have to. You
Little
absolutely do
extra
not have to.
Spacer added on there too. Just $15 and change a piece on all these nice pieces. And
Jingle
then we also have the
jar
premium trapper.
special just got me hard.
Let me look at this.
I like this
Wildlife
fucking little paring
Series
knife, guys.
Field Pro Collector Tin, which again, you just kind of put some wrapping paper around that, and you've got an awesome gift item here. Buy 2 of these.
Pardon me, I
think
need to
would
burp right in the
get
microphone.
2 of
So
these gift
Stagalon.
sets. It's
Stagalon is
it
here. Let me
has
mute
it
this
all.
so you guys can hear
Now,
me. Can you guys still hear the audio, or is it dead? I'm just curious. Can you guys hear them, or only me?
3
Let me know
sets.
if it got mute for a second.
Okay,
Only
I
heard
have
me.
Deer Stag coming up next. So
That was
let
a
me put
test,
these
'cause
out of
I
the
was
way.
waiting.
This is
I'm waiting.
Why
I'm waiting.
Nick
So
said,
Stagalon is what they
"Look at
call this
this."
plastic that
Okay, so
is
this
made
is
to
gonna be
look
just a
like
great
deer stag,
traditional
and they call it
Skinner.
Stagalon.
Ooh, dreaming of
It's
a
Delrin
whitetail Christmas
that's
is
made-
what this is. I am.
Okay.
So for 20,
So Stagalon is what they call this stuff that is Delrin. It's Delrin plastic that is cut up and painted and everything to make it look like stag, and they call it Stagalon. Stagalon be gone.
dreaming of a white
Guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like, I honestly was having like a mental health moment tonight.
$28.80. But seriously, if you've got a hunter in the family, somebody who likes to
I want to do this. I want to do this full screen. I honestly was having a mental health moment earlier today. I was all panicky. I was depressed. I wasn't feeling well. I was absolutely going to call my therapist, and I absolutely was like, I'm going to do a live feed. And I am so much better mood and so much better mindset because you all decided to hang out with me. That's why I do the live feeds. I said it before, and I kind of got away from it. I started looking at it as a revenue stream, and I can't. I absolutely have to look at it as it is. It's just a lot of fun, and it takes my mind off of stuff. I feel so much better because you guys hung out with me, and it's absolutely so much fun hanging out with you guys in a live stream, even if I don't make a fucking penny. It's just a lot of fun. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with me on a Saturday night where I just kind of impromptu decided that I was going to do this. And I'm going to do a gaming stream after this. It's only 9:30 here. We're going to do this for about another 20 minutes, and then I'm going to start a gaming stream because I'm very, very, very caffeinated this evening. So I just wanted to give you all a big thank you for making me feel better tonight. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pull this back up, and we're going to continue to look at this stag alone. Oh, I think that's actual stag. Let me pull this up and start it again.
To carry deer stag, they'd like a Skinner for the holidays. To me, this one's
And
that perfect
suck it.
size. It's not a big 15-inch buoy that there's, very few people going to carry.
I
that
can't,
into the
but
woods.
if one of
But
my
this is
moderators
just
could
that
absolutely
really
drop
good
a
8-inch Skinner that I think is
a link
is
to my gaming
perfect.
channel. It's
So
Crazy
it's not
Sharp
gonna get in your
Games.
way. It's gonna
That's
get
all
the
it
job
is.
done. Of course, it's deer stag looks good, and then it also has
There
that
there
durable leather
probably
sheath.
will
So
not
we put
be
it on
a
sale. Take
camera. I
advantage
don't have
again
my
of these
camera hooked
Christmas
up yet,
sale
but I
items.
absolutely will have the audio.
11637 for the
So
deer stag.
I don't talk too much.
You
I
don't
will
have
I
to
will
be
have
blue this
I will have it
Christmas, but
start
I do
reading the
recommend
comments again
getting a
too.
blue pocket knife, especially when Steel Warrior makes one that looks this good. $12.50. So this was one of their new Caribbean blue handles, and they also did what they call
Guys,
a
I drank
chainsaw
so
jig
many
on this one. See how deep the grooves are in that jig pattern? That was something kind of new and fun.
I drank
by
so
Steel
many
Warrior.
blue
That
Hawaiians
is
one
their
time
third generation shield.
that I went to the bathroom and I pissed
And then
greenish
this is
blue and
on
I
a
was
knife
like, I think I've
saddle-horn
had one
trapper.
too many.
Saddle-horn trappers, that's a knife I would pick over a premium trapper, honestly. You still have the two blades, but you have these nice rounded bolsters, nickel silver rounded bolsters. It's just a real comfortable knife to carry. It's 3 3/8 on the size. So, it's not going to take up
It
as much
runs
room in
different
your
because I
pocket
do my
as
gaming
a
channel from my
premium
PS5,
trapper
so
would.
it's gonna be weird.
But I think it's just a good,
I can't do it.
comfortable one to carry. Now here we have
Dipping out, Mike.
something I think everybody's
Sleepy,
gonna love.
getting sleepy. Take it
And
easy. Hey
it's
man,
our
take it easy.
boot
Bloomin'
boogie
Onion Ninja,
blowout.
you take it easy.
They're boot knives. But this is something we get calls about all the
A
time. Calls and
sleepy
emails.
insomnia.
Do
How
you
have
have
you
any
been?
boot
There's
knives?
another name I haven't
Well,
seen on a live
I
feed
think
for
for
a while.
the price of these, $6.65
I
a piece.
think
I
at
think
the
you're gonna be
price of
real
these,
excited
you
about
are
'em. We have
fucking
this one
stupid for
here
buying
that,
it.
has the
Look how
digi
thin that
camo.
blade
And
stock
that's
is.
only $6. I mean, this is a fixed blade for $6.65. Look at that.
There's
nice
a
razor
link.
edge, but they did the digi camo
If you go up and look right
on the
here,
blade.
Dang Ross put
The
that
second
comment. If you
one's gonna be
scroll
your
up, you can
black,
click on it.
and it has a high mirror polish on that one.
Dude, that's not,
These
look, there's
handles
not even an
feel
edge on that
really
fucking
good.
thing.
This is a rubber sure grip handle too. They're 9 inches. And then the last one, the same black handle,
when I
but
do,
this one has the black non-glare finish.
am
on
I
the blade.
reading
So you
messages?
see that
Yeah, absolutely.
sharp
Did I miss yours
edge,
yesterday?
stainless steel edge.
Did you drop a comment yesterday?
$19.95. I'm going to just go ahead and say
I
think
saw
this
you
will
were
be our
in, but I
best
didn't see
seller
any
of the day.
comments. I saw you
really
comment, but
do.
I didn't see
These
anything
are the
that.
sheaths that come with it. So obviously,
I apologize if I missed your comment. I was kind of mad yesterday.
With the knife you choose, but you have the digi camo and the black. And the other thing, let me get this digi camo here. They have the clip here on the back too. So you have this clip.
What
or
the
you can
fuck
put it
is
on your
that?
belt like normal.
Or you could
Man,
sit
look at
down
this
and
box.
that's
I
gonna
might get a
stab you
set of these,
right
too.
in
I
the
have some
fucking
nephews
leg.
that I think
Where's
would
the
like
Hobbit?
these. And
He
we
works
haven't
at
seen
a
wildlife
at a
knives in
bar
while. So I
on
was
the weekends.
excited to see
He
these
works
too.
just like me. He works
The
7 days a week.
Wildlife Wonderland 4-piece set, and they are 10 inches overall length. So you have the
Comments,
deer.
donated
I'm going to
membership.
show you the sheaths too that match up with these.
Oh, I didn't see
The
it, bro.
sheaths are
I'm
so
sorry.
impressive. They go
I'm
with
sorry.
these knives.
I
But you have this
apologize.
engraved guard right there. That
My
scroll
bad. I
is
am
good.
so
The
sorry. I
wildlife
didn't.
scene,
Well,
by
I
the
don't see
way,
that you don't
is also
on
the front
StreamYard.
and the back.
Hang on a
So
second. Let me
here's the
pause
wolf
this
scene.
so that
And
so I can address it. So just so you know, when I run stuff on StreamYard, there's a lot of stuff I don't see. Like I never see when somebody donates memberships. I don't. So if you guys were given a membership the other night or last night, I will put up another link to the Gilded server so that you can be entered into giveaways and stuff like that. So I absolutely apologize. I just didn't see it because it doesn't pop up on. That's one of the things that pisses me off. I think I'm going to switch streaming providers. I think I'm going to go to Streamlab, which is what Cole and Jared use, because I don't see the membership milestones. I don't see when somebody donates memberships. I don't see the comments when somebody has like I've been a member for so long. It's just I don't see it, and that is irritating. So I apologize. I absolutely but I mean, I get it. I love you, CrazySharp. Just messing with me. I get it, but the fact is, like, you definitely did something to benefit the channel, and it needs to be recognized. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. So, all right. We got to look at these for another 15 minutes. We're going to look at these, and then I'm going to move all this shit out of the way, and probably 10:30, I'm going to start streaming games on my gaming channel. There's been enough links of that tossed in. So, guys, if you're just here, I don't know how many likes we got. If you have not dropped a like, I would absolutely appreciate it. It's the best thing you can do. Absolutely the best thing you do for a channel. It helps with the visibility, interaction. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. I don't care. It's still an interaction. Like I always say, if you watch everything I do, but say you hate me, bitch, you're still a fan. Let's get this started back up.
And the grizzly bear, one of my greatest fears in life. And then here's the soaring eagle.
You okay to post your email address here?
I always say to play dead and lay still.
Yeah, you can post. One of my mods can post my email address. It's in most of my videos.
So the deer, the wolf scene, the bear, and the eagle. Now, instead of just doing basic black,
one of my mods want to drop my
they really
Gun Monkey email address in here.
These are only $9.50. I would give you $12.50 at least for a sheath.
Absolutely.
Look like this. This is
$12.50 for a sheath. Shut the fuck
and
up.
What I like too about them,
I guarantee this
this
feed isn't going to be monetized.
You had the doe on the handle, but you have the big buck here on the sheath, and it's also on the other side.
It's on the other side.
That's the one I'm looking for. Where are you?
Oops, I did it again, guys. I'm sorry. It's coming. I'll bring it back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Wildlife Wonderland. All four of those just $38. So if you
shouldn't drink and bake. What movie is that from?
With you, 111716.
What movie is that from?
That is just really good to see.
I'll give you a hint. It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. What the
Grinch that stole Christmas?
That is hideous.
Well, we have the Grinch that paired Christmas. So this is a good Grinch. And it's on this is actually a hen and rooster pairing knife, and they made them in this
you still
Grinch
count.
Green color.
Ding, 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 ding. Who did somebody drop a?
And it's only $4.88. So it's the opposite of Grinch. $4.
There you go. There's my email address.
All good vibes right here. 111698.
Scratch blades cost extra. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
How many times do you use a paring knife in a day? Peeling.
Well, hell, I got one. I got one right here.
Peeling potatoes. This is really lightweight, and it's also in a color that you will find. Because so many times I'll open up a kitchen drawer, I'll be looking for something specific.
That's not even a dollar store kitchen. That's like Big Lots.
You have
that's at Goodwill. That's they bought that at Goodwill,
and it's only $4.88. 111698. How about this?
How about no?
I want you to take a real good look.
I'd rather not.
At this winter age handle.
Nah, I'm okay.
This is made by the Steel Warrior line.
What the fuck is that?
Was that winter age that to me looks very similar to a sandbar stag. They put a lot of work into this handle. They actually
Did
jig it
somebody
with a
gift more?
Dremel
Okay,
tool.
if somebody
You
gifted
can see
more,
several different colors actually show up in this handle. It's been flame torch, but there's also kind of a gray and purple hue that you see sometimes.
I got a paring knife
3
right here.
3/4 lockback. So when you're looking at this handle, you can see the finger
No,
grooves.
I don't
these
want
large
to.
nickel silver bolsters, but you know, you could skin a deer with this. This is to
No,
me like
you
a
couldn't.
lockback
Shut the
hunter
fuck up.
too. Or it could be that nice everyday pocket knife. But it's still warrior quality. I think it is a gorgeous handle. It's a very traditional handle, but it's also
It's
got
still
a lot
warrior
of good look
quality.
to it. $15,
Like Big Lots.
63 cents.
Wow,
1112
right.
56. That winter age.
Here, hang on. Where's my?
Let's look at what we have behind you.
Thank you,
So
Zach.
this is
I
our
appreciate
sleigh
it.
ride. The canoe, which looks like a sleigh. And it's in that dark red jig bone. Back to how many red knives do you need for Christmas?
None.
I think this
None.
is another
You don't need
handle
any.
that anybody
These
would
are
love.
hideous.
They'd probably carry it every single day because it would be such a comfortable knife to carry. It's one of those deals where you want to have a knife, but you
But
don't
I don't want that
know
knife.
you have a knife in your pocket all the time. You don't want it to be something so uncomfortable that, you know, it's aggravating you all
Bitch,
day
I got
long.
this in my
And
waistband.
This one's just a 3-inch with those
It's not
rounded
uncomfortable.
bolsters. I think it looks so good in that dark red jig bone, and we put it on sale. So I'm all about some sales.
SD420 sent me a note. Are you actually in San
75
Diego?
cents. Hen and Rooster. Sleigh ride special. 11.
Hen and Rooster actually in the 1800s was founded, and until about 1960, they made decent knives. They stopped making knives, then the brand was bought out, and they still make knives in Germany, but they're hideous. They're horrible, horrible, horrible
bone
knives.
handles. Well, I like what they can also make happen in deer stag. So this is your Santa's sleigh bell stag. And the whole antler, you know, they've taken the antler, they went rat tail tang with that, so you don't have any separation.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
In the antler. So when you look at
I don't think Taylor
It
Fisherman.
is
I don't
just
think that's the
this
kind of
natural,
sleigh they were talking about. Like
gorgeous
that's like
handle.
like
they have also used some spacers.
that's what I was
So you
thinking
have the
too. Like
Cocobolo
slay, like
Black Forest
Silent
with
Night, Deadly Night.
spacers
Like, oh, I'm gonna
only
slay him.
accent that stag handle and just highlight its beauty. There's also a brass guard and pommel that goes along with this one, and it's a 10.5 inch. So if you like something just a tad bigger than like an 8-inch Skinner, this one's 10.5. I say
I don't have my
carry it
reading
in and
glasses.
use it.
I'm trying to
I know it
read your
looks good enough
email.
to collect, but I say carry and use it. I mean, at $38.75, you can't find a lot of pocket knives in deer stag in that price range. It is
I got your email.
10.5 inches deer stag chip away quality and a leather sheath. So 111618. Item number. Again, we have a lot of Christmas specials happening, and I hope you take advantage of every single
Mike,
one of them.
yay!
So
I sent you my email
111618
or my
on the
address.
Santa's sleigh bell stag. Here's another Christmas
Jesus Christ, you guys are an
special,
actual
and
TV
actually,
show,
we
and my
had to get
transitions are
Mrs.
better.
Claus to help us out with this one. It's
What?
pink. Yes, it is. and
It's
it's
like she couldn't
cute.
come up with anything.
And
She's
I
like,
think
it's
a lot of
well, it's
conversations
fucking
because-
pink.
I mean, seriously, how many times have you walked in?
I think tonight's game stream is going to be on point because
I think it's pretty
I'm
original.
about to get into some
And
giggle grass.
the last time we had this, it was like $48.
Did I already?
I think was the lowest price we'd ever hit on this set. So with it being just, and I know a lot of people bought these
Hey,
over
look,
the weekend.
it's Kamikoto
so
on Cutlery Corner
$29,
Network. Yep, you got it.
87 cents. You're going to get in on the Hen and Rooster pink
Yeah,
kitchen
guys,
set.
I would love to have
the
the
bread
gaming
knife,
channel hit
the
the
slicing knife, we
making
have the
revenue, but it
Santuco
doesn't matter.
there,
It's
the
just
big
fun.
chef knife, paring knife, utility knife. Then it's kind of a soft.
I've literally
pink
played on the gaming
handle
channel for like 2-3
on
hours and not said a word
triple
because
rivet.
no one was in the chat.
and the shears. So those are always really handy. In the
Why
set.
is everything
The
so
other
scratched?
thing about
Right?
this
It's like they've been
set,
cutting
It has a clear
steel wool. I think what
cloth that
happens is
goes
I
along
think
with
somebody
it. You have the Henry
I think
Lewis
somebody
logo
scrubs
on
them with
there,
like
but
steel wool in
it's a
between
clear
shows, and it
block,
just
and it's
they don't
pretty
realize it
slim
scrubs
line.
them all up.
So really, either way you want to display that on your counter, you can. You can flip it around either way. But it just has that real modern, look to it.
Later,
But
Zach.
for
You take it easy, brother.
$29.87, most of the time you can't buy
Tell Jody I said
one
hi.
chef knife for that. But here you get this big 8-piece set for $29.87. And Mrs. Claus, thought everybody liked to have that in pink. $29.87.
No one wants it
Retail
in
on that's
pink.
$141.
No, it's
It is
not.
Hen and Rooster. 110583.
It is.
Be sure and
Look
capitalize
at
on
that.
this. This is our free freight opportunity of the week.
This is when I realized that I thought Realtree. I was like, Realtree, it's probably quality. And this is when I realized that Realtree will put their name on anything.
Camo print on the handles. It's a black oxide coating on the blades, has a rear side pocket clip, and you get the free decal. That's all for only $12.95. The decal is normally $5 by itself. But as long as you get 108-242.
Wow, we've been streaming for a while. My lights, the light over here just kicked off.
Buy 100 things, just get 108-242 on there, and it all ships free.
I have got to charge them when we're done.
This is a sensational collection right
here.
Yeah, there's the whole set, isn't it?
Yes.
We've had
those are actually
or swell
like
center
that is
earlier,
seven case knives for $620. That's not a that's not an obscene price. It's still more than I would think.
We don't have every single one of these as singles. And if you love a case collection, this is the only one I have on the show. And this is 7 pieces. You have the big premium trapper in the center. I like this slimline trapper too.
That's really neat because
I have that. I have that trapper. It's not that one with the spark shit, but I absolutely do have that one. It's not bad. The Big Bear trapper that they have is not bad.
That's the best.
Basic by any means there.
And it's got that sparks. That is a white base shield, but it's glitter. It's a shield special that goes on the Kieranite knives, and especially talk about.
Well, I mean, you're not paying $620 for a case knife. You're paying $620 for 7 case knives.
That little pocket Stockman.
But that's not outside of the realm of possibility for the price that you would pay for.
You got a big Stockman,
medium-sized trapper.
And
when do we get
pretty that is
the part where they test the steel and stab themselves?
Well,
I mean, they're stealing from people.
So these are only $88 a piece. We're tossing in the case display.
Yeah, that's
bro, they had
about $150.
They had one of their company reps on board on here not long ago. They actually
the factory
are one of the largest
neat about this
vendors of case knives.
It locks, of course. And it's silk screen with the old W.R. Case and Sons antique style vintage font. But on the back side, I want to show you this.
Don't show us the back side
as well. You can hang it.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude. He looks like he's got a bird in his mouth every time.
Awesome.
Yeah, we didn't show this last week, I believe, but this is one of the most immensely popular displays that Case has ever came out with, and they will sell these forever.
He always sounds like he's got a mouthful of cotton balls.
Just a beautiful finish.
And you've earned that when you get
case
the
knives
Ruby
aren't bad.
Stardust collection.
You sure have.
So all of that, $620. There's only 6 of these collections left.
Forever.
Now if you want to put it under the Christmas tree this year.
Yeah, and you're going to get the original boxes that houses each one of these knives as well. They will all come.
Sean, you're going to be on the
Case
game
Factory
stream here in a couple.
boxes
I'm going to end this. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to end this
brochure.
now.
And again, you get that free $9.90 display, which
I've had all I can stand of that. I am going to go over to the gaming channel. So if you guys would like to join me, absolutely come over and join me over there. I'm just going to move all this shit, put these lights on the charge. Probably about 30 minutes. I'll be over on my gaming channel. It's CrazySharp Games. There's plenty of links to it in here. I'm going to be over there. I will set it up so that the machine reads you guys' chats. Please, it kind of sucks when it does it, but that's the only way I'm going to get it because I don't see them. I get so into the game. So maybe for a few. Yeah. So guys, like I said, thanks again for joining me. This has been fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's been 2 hours. There's been a handful of us here. I may, depending on how I feel, with the wife and kid being gone, I can do this a lot more. I may run some more live streams throughout the week. I don't think I'm going to run like 7, But if I just keep your eyes open, I may just get a wild hair up my ass and decide, I don't mean like a rabbit. That would suck. Oh my God, it's way up in there. I may just do some random live feeds throughout the week. I have other knife recommendations. I may do another like Christmas recommendation list and stuff like that. So guys, I'm going to shut all this down. I'm going to get these lights on to charge. I'm going to move my tripod and all this stuff out of the way because I was filming until here just a little bit ago. And I'll get set up to go to the gaming channel, and I will see you guys over there. So CrazySharp Games, you'll get a notification. I will see you in a little bit. I'm out. I'll talk to you later. So I'll give you something fun on the way out. I know you already saw it, but
They call me Cuba Pete. I'm the king of a rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Yeah.
there you go. I'm on the way out, guys. I love you all. I will talk to you later. Let me end this.